Hello and welcome back to another video here with me, Meoni, for Final Fantasy XIV. This time around I wanted to talk about the itinerant moogle event once again. This is something, as some of you might have been following, I have had the urge to at least complete the Namazu earring portion of this challenge for the event. And I say this is a challenge because the earrings themselves cost 100 prototype tomestones each. This is an event-specific currency that's obtained from running older main storyline related dungeons and instances. Specifically here I resorted to the most passive way to farm this currency as to not completely lose my mind, which, as many of you will already know here, is to run one of the 3 Crystal Tower instances. Of these, the absolute best one to do is Circus Tower. This takes around 20 to 30 minutes or so each run and will net you 2 tomestones each upon completion. The main reason I spammed Circus Tower out of the 3 Crystal Tower instances in particular is that it has the least likelihood of a wipe or various derp moments with complete strangers you find in Duty Finder. So we need 100 tomestones for the earrings. This gets us 2 per run, like I say, so that was 50 whole runs of Circus Tower I had to complete. Over and over I went, sometimes I was lagging, sometimes not, and my sanity for the past week has been drying with each and every run. I did try to keep myself busy with my second monitor watching YouTube videos or the like, or chatting with friends, but finally it came. 100 tomestones were finally mine, and I left Circus Tower for good. Now there are a lot of cool rewards that you can exchange for at the itinerant moogles in each of the 3 major city-states, but out of all of them, the most exclusive item this time around that we likely won't see elsewhere for quite some time is the Namazu earring. There's very little reason to grind so hard for something that's just earring glamour, but that is enough on its own for some people, including myself, to go out of their way for. Again, this is just an earring, it doesn't actually have any special sort of buffs to you, it doesn't give you experience or anything like that, it's just a Namazu themed earring. Themed then after my favourite beast tribe in Final Fantasy XIV, this might be a small reward that does literally nothing, but it's a wonderful thing that I just couldn't resist. I was one of the few people that really enjoyed the Yokai Watch event and spent hours grinding for everything from that. So these earrings are pretty much everything I wanted them to be and just what I expected, and as much as they aren't the largest item in the entire game, they do provide me with enough satisfaction that I feel that they were at least worth my time investment. At least for now, and how could I really resist these? I mean, come on, they're awesome. So after all of this, do I really think that Crystal Tower is any less interesting now? Honestly, it's made my feelings about the Crystarium, being the Crystal Tower related city, and enjoying that aspect of the expansion just around the corner a little less interesting, I have to be honest, only because that's all I've seen for a good solid week. At least now I can try to do other content or take a break from a game here and there, and with my fancy new earrings present in any of my future glamour sets, it's probably going to be just fine. So is the event worth the time investment? Ultimately, if you want to get yourself the minions or mounts that you still miss and you really don't want to have to do the content already in the game to do them, be that the beast tribes or in particular Diadem for the Pegasus minion and mount, then this is going to be well worth your time. I think that some of the rewards are incredibly overpriced for what they are. Some of them really needed to have been a lot lower. But, you know, it's all about trying to get you to do stuff in the game prior to Shadowbringers. There's not really been a lot of content to keep people busy with, apart from stuff like this. I think that some people might have higher aspirations than they can actually fulfill for what they want from this event. I know that some people are after all of the mounts, earring and minions, which I mean, I wish them the absolute best of luck with that, but I think that the only thing I could stomach was the exclusive item this time around. I'm not sure I can go back in there and farm for the other stuff without fear of burnout, and that's something that you should strongly consider. You don't want to be burning out just before the expansion comes out, otherwise that enjoyment and excitement is just going to be taken from you. However, if you are after something, remember the expansion is out in less than 2 weeks, so it might be a good idea to put the hammer down if you plan to enjoy the expansion. Either way, thank you for watching. I feel as though a small weight has been lifted at least off my shoulders, even though I do now need to completely detox from Crystal Tower before we end up going back there in the main storyline on June 28th. And I'll see you all next time.